Test de Lobsang Gonpo.
Test
Testele.
Oh,
Tarma?
okay.
Hello.
Tarma. Tarma
Hello.
Svena.
Di.
Ah, oh yeah, the Nikira Svena.
Matandara gang on today link to Kursani di join Chidila di
Ah,
Kursa.
last.
Yes.
Last. 아니, 그냥 시랬던 야 보였어, 저. 주나.
Hello. Samata today.
Ah, last. Test de.
Cafe do chila you artist. Me mangu do chila na yan tio mila chain samsa.
Ah, que me.
All right. Okay.
Uh, Lobsang Gonpo. I think we need to wait for a few more minutes.
Okay. How's my resolution? Can you see me clearly if I move my hands?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. So during the demonstration lesson, I'm going to need to see people's faces, so
Okay.
and their responses. So
Uh, okay.
if you
Lobsang
can't see
Gonpo.
your own face on the screen, can you please do something to see if you can see your face?
Lobsang Gonpo. Can I get on board? I just to say
How
log to.
good that check.
Ah, log me do it. Ah, last.
공당에 카카자스 로민도
And Lobsang Gonpo, for your information, some of our admins got urgency meeting today, so they're stuck there, and it's going live.
It's recording anyway. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So they can see the
And
recording anyway.
yes, and I don't think
I'm just going
I
to
need to
change.
introduce you because okay.
I'm just going to change my Wi-Fi so that it's better reception. Yeah, it's not working very well. some reason my internet speed is less than half it was 20 minutes ago. So that's interesting.
Are you still having internet problem?
I think I've changed to hotspot my phone. I think it's working better now.
Oh.
I can see people moving, so that's good.
How about you use the technique we discussed yesterday?
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
Lobsang Gonpo, do you want us to unmute?
So I'll give a brief introduction about what we're going to do. And then
Uh-huh.
while we're in the demonstration class, yes, unmute is better.
Okay.
But now, not now.
Okay, sure. Much about content the tragic figure on the tickets.
So how long shall we wait?
Oh, sorry. You can continue. All of the guys are already here. I thought
here?
you're
Okay.
yes. Okay, sorry. I
Okay.
thought you're checking something else.
So I'll start.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Gonpo, Lobsang Gonpo. I'm from Australia. Just to give you a bit of background about me, I taught English in Japan and Thailand, and then as well a little bit in Australia. And then for about 20 years, from about 2002 to 2021, I was a high school teacher in Australia, teaching Japanese and Chinese.
So, do you want them to understand?
Speak slower.
No, we need translation. Translator.
Translation.
Yes.
Okay.
Kandola.
단단한 거지 나서 공기. 그러기 괜찮지도. 아니 이 라. 자 구제.
Good.
아니. 그래서 아니 단단다 디 어제 정말 디 강한테 세워야고 고마서. 맨제라 디 이게 유치기치다. 라. 단다 쿠란이 괜찮지 라스라 공.
Yeah. 그런데 오스트레일리아 제더니 얘기한 지는데 타일랜드 와라기라 지 자pan 와라기라 지는데 얘기한 돈이 이슈스인가 시스 또 말문에 코스.
Yes.
I also have a master's degree in language teaching.
그래서 아니 가르치기 막 라벨라니 마스터기 디 네임 디여사.
But the language teaching method that I want to talk about tonight was learnt after I did all that. Well, not all of it, after I did the master's degree and teaching overseas.
그래서 디 계획이 단다 롭센 티에들라서 냠주 하고시라 공기 디 야지 견데라.
이게 지구셔라. 근데 코 그래. 마스터들이 망부치에 치세 인테 이나야 TPRS 페이지 신부 주라. 디 싱해 주면데 싱해 디 사모지 제일 신스 뭐 딩거는 심한 손스.
So I'll give you a short introduction about the idea of the teaching method, and then we'll do the demonstration class.
그래서 다다원서 된수가 롭디 탑람 기모드 롭시로지 모두 체체 안티기질 안에 응수 라다 체주 말에 디지니 두긴사.
So all the subjects you studied at school were all invented by people.
아니 롭던 나올라 아니 카리 롭신 카리 라비오 봤다 아니 미든 속에 롭신 카리 수요 미든 속올라 카리 장바에 있나야 아니 그래 디콜라 인사르 디콜라 랍단도지 된지스.
But language is the only thing that we possibly could study at school that we have as a species evolved to speak.
하루들라다.
Too difficult?
Dama like I couldn't hear properly. I'm very sorry. Dama, did you hear? Did Dama kiran ko se? Dama kya?
건다. 근데 딱기 라이쇼라 기 라이 주단기 아니 미기 쇠샤기 지레스 라이쇼 민도 코스라디니 아니 이냐 딱기 자 라이디다 조지 아니 리치 미리기네 레슨지 기리기네 리치 린디신 총마탄 디니 마니 기디 충분레스 민도 코스라.
So there's one theory that says we cannot learn language by study. We can only acquire language like a baby.
아주 게이디다 장니시에 도지요 말에 상주다 부근주다 남주 안주지 남주 그래 장다지여라 근데지니다 랑렌타니 현종레스 게이디.
So we can study, but it only helps about how much exposure we have to the language, like a baby gets exposed to language.
아,
Uh-huh.
정말 그런 주제라 가져도
Uh-huh.
Lobsang, could you please repeat that again? You said like language could not never be learned, but then it requires exposure or something.
Yes, so we at school and other places we try and study language, but there is one theory that says we can't actually learn language by studying. We can only acquire it like a baby acquires language.
Taki la di chitangi ani luptam ambuche luptam lomi gyurim nang la ya mangbuchi jangi yoris ni ki jang di ya angsu namjung jangsun chetang gyurim juni ni dus ki jang di na ani di rang ki thar chimbaji jang tu ma se thire ki jang tu la ya chitangi ni chibaji be na chibaji chungdu ni chi ya la khatang oro la ya ni susu gi ni ring ni ta khora khri ni zu mangbuchi ge ni shito chwa da di gyurim tuni jangi wa na sin ni ki de dus sin jangu yoris thire.
The advantage that we have over a baby is that we can understand more easily than a baby can.
이내 당한 수다 아니 지바지 두바에 맨날 안 수다 캡상 가리어 주변에 딱 지바지 맨날 아니 남성 고추 추추네 말하지 싸워지가 스타트 인도 잠벌이야 스타트 양국이 좀 갖고 여래 내가 주 인도 잠벌이야 제시 지바도 두바에 안 제시 신초출 벗어서 디게 안 수다 캐벤디어 레스케이잖아.
So understanding is very, very important, and I'll talk more about that later.
디달 잠벌이야 아니 고추야 디 하스네 케이싱 보레스 인 잠벌이 얘기인다 고추고 쳐야 돼 그거 간데스 쳐주 그래야 돼 아니 디 단다 샴나야 아니 디시 얘기인 생각이시네.
The theory behind this teaching method is called comprehensible input, or CI.
단단한 저기 theories 템베 지교기다 갈수 없다. Theory I think theory like 간데스 교기 나서 begin on 건다.
Comprehensible
input.
따따둑스네레다 디디 갈수나 디나올라 또 디디라 갈리기나 comprehensive input 되기래 CPCD.
And I'm not going to talk too much about it because you can read that on the internet if you want to. And today is more about practice lesson.
Sure. So tadi ko laya nga gyuring mambo shig means kasi na di kesi kyang gi ani pa ani chawada ni la tebe na kyang gi dinga la loya da ni mambo ra gires.
So let's talk about the practice lesson. So I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. Din zambala tangi gi di lupsen la pang di khari di gala yang gi tanda ni de ju ja gi insta ngala di screen di share chu achis.
It's been a very long time since I've taught using Zoom, so please be patient with me with my lack of technical skill.
Sure. So anda ani ngarang Zoom page matan ji lo mambo shira chin sons ta tizu mambo shira chin sons tin zambala di parola ya kesi ani trigiton dis kangi te na ku ji sesen na chis.
So there's 3 very simple rules we need to explain.
Tadi ya ani digital ya ani 10-6 ne re ta dili ge ani teams ne re ta dili ge ani chingjung sum chi yores.
The first one is listen with intention, which means listen with the intention to understand. Think, I'm going to listen, I'm going to understand.
So thambudi kharlan nya di prat ko phachula ya tonan te chi nya di res nya di nyeba bodi ki semna ya samna lo khandi ro ji ki or labna nga di go che ju di ingi yo la chi gi lo di ki chen ni ngu yo res.
For this group of people, this is probably not important. You're all here because you want to listen, you want to understand, but this is important to tell students when you first start.
Tin zambala ta chirang gi azu mangcha chi ta nyin du zambala nyembi gyumse di be ne go che ju de ning gi ora si ni andi di ni azu lo du la ya ani she di kechin bol si nyin zambala go chu go che ju di ning gi sambe lo di ki chi nyen gu gure da ze di kechin bol es.
Because it's important for students to understand everything. There must be 100% understanding.
Karsin shubena ta lobtu din zuli ani lobtu din go chu gwa di kechin bol ya se jan ga go chu ya di kechin chu gwa di kechin bol zambala ya konzula di share di kechin bu chagi yores.
And the biggest block to understanding is somebody thinking, oh, too hard, oh, I'm bored, I don't want to.
So what did you say?
The biggest block to for people to understand is people thinking, it's too hard, I'm bored, I don't want to.
Te din zama le mi mang bu chi liang go ma che di ken di khal tu gyor shwe na ta go ma che ken di ching ni ani pe ko nyok pu du sa ma do lo kya da ni ni ani chi di pe kali kha pu du nga pe nyop tu cha su su nyop chen ni go ma che do da den di gi lo chi ke zama le ani go ma che gi ne zu de din shin tha le go res.
So even if you don't understand straight away, think, I will understand.
Din din zama le kyu gi chi mi chi lo chen lap chap zum khap tu go chu me be ne kyu sim na lo ka jo shi kyu la na di nga go chu du re sam be lo di ke che ani nyen gu res na sam na ma sha wa.
The second rule is respond, which means throughout the lesson, you need to respond to what I'm saying.
Then sing you do the card, you do the card like any response chat is me lane there, then get the ambient so any lobsen the lapi gurum di chula bat for tat si chapatlia any susuni lane get a pal yalen teacher or yalens ne that lane get or did any kitchen chagulus.
Respond doesn't mean you have to speak.
Lane gaps some lane jenny to can't pass share where we kept by your manes.
If you do speak in this lesson, you need to speak in Japanese.
Kasi kyu ba lane kasi kyu dina lobsen dina like you lane ga ibena kyu lane di Japanese na Japan ke ga ya ga sho asa.
But if you don't feel confident, you don't have to speak.
Kizikira ani chi kasore dingzu doji me be na injim ji she gu yo maresa.
It's okay to use gestures.
Kira chidang ge susu lubi nam gyu to ne ni dusini lenga be na digyo re sinji kan tsikung gu yo mares.
So when we are talking and we're eventually in the lesson, we will create a story together. When that happens, we will decide on certain facts in the story.
Tang zu lobsan di chi gyurum na le yang zu yang rimba chi ne ni chi dung chi so she res. Dung di su zumla dung di nang lo ge ni ko le yang zu sin ni di chi res kar so ju chi res.
So when we decide on a fact, you have to show me you understood, and you should show me you understand. It's the most interesting, exciting, fun fact you've ever heard.
Tadi di nang lang su kita chi nizu ka chi chi le ya ani tu chi ba tu chi zum le ya kurang ge ni nizu di go chu ye me ta ya chi che ani di zum di nizu di ka chi chi su ken chao da jing tham nang ge wei nizu di ben nizu kan di mi chi che to chi wo res.
So if, for example, I say, the sky is green, and that is a fact in our story, then you need to go, oh. Like that. So just pausing now to talk about why. So in a lesson, I wouldn't do this, but because you're teachers and it's a demonstration lesson, I'll explain why.
So when we decide on a fact,
partly because I need to know that everybody is listening and paying attention. And I need to know that everybody is following the story. But for me, I think it's most important that it's a bit silly, a bit strange, and it changes your way of thinking.
셴버시 가려면 아니 지 교육이 지 남균 지금 삼당다 줘라 딜라야 교화다는데 딜라야 지금 교화티야다 딜리 볼라인스
If you just sit there and go, it's very calm and boring. If you go, you feel good. And that feel good feeling is what you take away from the lesson. If 10 or 20 times in the lesson you go, you feel good throughout the lesson.
So din zambale chitangi 교육이 럽sen ngazu di 럽sen di 마도 zambale 그냥 알레 로라디 베나 아니 베 nhập 로죠레 시마이 바치 지 항상 항상야 된 니즈도 다지 수수나 수부 남기면 항상한테 땡땡 왜나 이 라시미 바치 럽sen 디려야 안치 전화 대다 니니 지 기분이야 디스 그래서 그냥 기후 총배면나 디 럽sen 디 교름 강사 출래야 아니 기후 총 그랬어야 돼.
It's also important for you to know as teachers that you don't have to teach this way. This is how I like to teach, and you need to change it for your own way of doing it.
아니 그냥 좀 신고해지려야 지단계 리딩 얘기 럽sen 랍당들이 시나 그냥 주긴 얘 럽sen 랍당 망신신은 랍고기 켜봐요 말이지 그냥 수수문이 지 수수문 렘보디 카드죠 간디 렘바도 디디 수수문이 나다 제변을 디교레스.
So back to the being teaching in the class. Rule number 3 is to stop.
수마디 다디 팀 수마치오라 디디니 참셔야 되레스 갑갑라.
So what I mean by stop is, if you don't understand, you need to stop me and tell me.
얘들이야 아니 참셔야 돼 칼리게블라네 계속 규기 디바로지려야 넘버서 지금 고마서야 돼 니리 총바나 현재 인짐징알라 아니 참셔 주지 아니 니치오레스 알레 기지치오레스.
So we need to decide as a class how you're going to do that.
인자말랑 아주 이따 진짜 디나올이야 아니 아주 다디디 칸데스 치고래 디간라 양아주게니 근데 다 주고스.
So my experience has been in a classroom. So in the classroom, I would ask the class what they want to do. So some classes say, it's going over my head, too difficult. Some classes would stamp their feet. Some classes clap. Some classes click their fingers. What can we do in this class as a Zoom class?
그 지단계니 진단나로 지단 코란 진단나 잡으선
So
벌이야
that's
아니.
the
오케이. So 참샤도 벌이야 참샤도 좀 가시기니 남기들이 둥기레스 디잡좀 이 고간에 마토셰이도 슬롭젠딩이 고스미 누고니 마토셰이도 라이로다. 가시기 락바다다 가시기 가서디 가서 락바 가서디라. 어디 체야도 다 딘데 시기레스네. 당한수 줌 클래스 나와 유도 좀 벌이야 안수 칸디스 시긴 베스. 참샤야디.
So tell me that.
라다스 넘버 2 라다스.
Like that? One hand, two hands, one hand, one. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Also, if one person does that, this one or this one?
한디 베스. 딘데 치기 베네 두스 치고 베스.
One hand or two hands?
락바니가 치기 베 락바 치기 베스.
Please raise your hand if you think this one. This one? Who thinks? Who thinks this one?
I'm this one. Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
but
You can do this.
Okay. Also, it's important that one person doesn't feel like I'm the only one who doesn't understand. So,
yeah.
so it's,
뭐지 가르쳤으면 아니 계속 결혼 시나치고 말했어. 마치 붙인 거 맞춘 일이 있잖아요. 라고 그냥 세나다 뒤치고 말했어.
so if you see somebody go like that, everybody go like that.
계속 넘버
If one person does it, everybody does it.
지기 락바 드리켜 통해서 있는 가 3년도 두 스카인다스. 다디디 세나다 세나 많이 했더라.
Okay, so that's important to let me know that you're not understanding. I will say things in the lesson in Japanese haven't studied, to test you, to see if you will respond.
이게 갑갑을야 아니 지카지카지 아니 자파니스 나라시기레스 덴즈말라 디디 현조의 자파니스 신기어 말와 덴즈말라 현조라 따제 제시 된 스스 고마스에 라고 강기대 강기민들의 야지기대 시민들 따제 제시 된
If you don't understand, you're not getting comprehensible input and you're not going to acquire the language.
다 계속 그냥 고추 마서 말면 이게 아니 그냥 이게 디자인이야 아니 거긴 차이게레스 게 한 고추 말레스
I'll share the screen again.
당연히 된 스크린 디나시아 치긴스
And another reason is I can't see everybody's photo. I can only see about 5 people. So if one person does it, I can't see them. I don't know. So everybody has to do it.
지 가르라면 나디 스크린 크랑 스크린 갈라야 미 참마 통계 민도 스인 좀블이야 아니 미치기라고 장선은 나버스 참마 이념라고 장인다스
Also, I'm going to ask you for information throughout the lesson.
니 기름들야 가 냠들야 근소라 티와에 단기레스 니즈 가시 있불라
So, for example, I wouldn't say to you, the sky is green. I would say to you, what color is the sky?
페샤와나 게 깝깝라야 아니 남디 장꾸리 라이 말레스 니기 디sab라야 아니 남디기 튼디 가르레스 게지티레스
And when I ask a question, I go like this.
니 저런 스마라 그게 남디리 된도시 치기레스 랭케스 라이 겨와
Which means I need information from you.
디아즈마디 튼다 갈라나 가 큐인 담네 니 니즈디 고르스 다 강인 바디 티와디 렌디 고르스 요레스
Fun, interesting, different, strange information.
So could you repeat that again? I'm so sorry. I'm at a very noisy place.
It's okay. Fun, interesting, strange information.
디디 가서 니즈직 캔사오다 아니 캔사오요 가실라 야지 닝주에요 요 된도 체이레스.
So if I ask you, what color is the sky? And you say blue, I'll go, boring.
딱인 계승에게 계속라야 아니 남기 춘디 가르에서 좀 견주에 나신기 지 남진이 응원보이 버로 아니 응원보래 라셔나 아니 코디네 샤두고 저신업도 차두고 그랬어.
If you say the sky is purple with yellow spots, I go, whoop.
그래서 주게니 남디야 지 purple da ora chunda purple imba khanshila ya ani tikala ya ani siuge tikne yo yo dindi resa na ya u le hangsa ro chai res
Because when we create a story together, if it's a very interesting, fun, different, weird story, it will stay in their minds. If it's just a boring story, they'll forget straight away.
Yeah. So din zambala nga chugi ni chu din ma kudi chwa da ni zum bi kurup chu zambala ni chu din chi ken chao da ning chu da chi ma da din zambala ra shin nga chu le pa na di res ni ma ba chi ni zun nam gi na da do chen be na ra shin gi jing ngap to cha du res
So one final thing, you can see the bottom of the page here. Point and pause, circling, comprehension check, staying in bounds, slow, teach the eyes, personality, public grammar, all these things to look out for.
디오라 야 아니 치 카시 시 도와스 딘 넘버 2 아니 균도 아니 도난 치 와 카시 차기 res na la point and pause that or ta circling that 치 카시 시 도와 인조
We'll talk about those things in the debrief lesson, not now.
디콜라 아니 십차 마티 시 게 res 그도 치 res
So let's stop talking about the lesson and let's do the lesson.
당한 소 롭센 디콜라 야 디시 가 마데 시 람상 롭센 디당 라다 체인다스
いいですか?日本語で話しましょう. Yes, that's it. Well done.
오 배하고 싶었어
So I'm going to do my best to only speak in Japanese, but I'm going to have to do some English today because we don't have much Japanese yet. So we need a name for the person we're going to talk about. A name.
아 민지고 dus 미지고라 디시 갸테 민지 지당이 그 자파니스 나시 네 자파니스 딩 안주 싱미 즈발에 땅 안주 인지 나시 올라서 콜라 민지고 dus
So unmute and tell me a name.
디글라
Dawa.
Dawa?
Yes.
Somebody who's not in the class.
Not in the class. Younger.
Younger?
Younger.
Yes, younger.
Yeah.
Younger, not in the class?
Not in the class.
No.
Okay, good. Younger. Younger wa
Younger wa?
Younger wa? What's the question?
Wa.
Wa. Excellent. Wa
Wa.
tells you who is doing the verb. Not important. Listen and you'll pick it up. You can translate wa as in English as for, but you'll pick it up. Don't worry.
Kekash. Tama.
Konda nga di return la yura get so bit ya yama di zama yawo khumi kyose chi like translate na yawo do hasin sevna
Let's. Yeah.
di ga ting tang bui ma song zanga yumi ba chang wala di za khpo shte
먼저 I think some way.
ah
Let's.
kuma tang na mo de
Did it.
na mo je go de sama
Let's. The Lobsang thing thangur. Gonpo, can you please repeat that again? Sorry.
Yes. Wa can be translated in English as for. So younger, as for younger, something.
Younger harry.
Okay?
oh yeah wa la di chitang gi ni si for la di chitang gi for la zama chitu sigora di la zama
Nihongi.
yunga wa si zama le yunga chitu do chi da yunga king chitu do chi den do chi cha do res si sir.
This is something, if you think about it, it gets very hard. So listen and you will acquire it.
What's it?
Yeah,
No,
get a
no.
question get that. I did the shame of my mature can also tend that the company that any young gawa ledger, while I go down the color go to do the Yendas.
So, younger wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? This means wait.
Yeah.
Wait. This means wait and listen again. Younger wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? Again. Younger wa nani hoshii desu ka? What did I say?
What Younger wants?
What you
Yes.
want, yes.
Yes. Very good. Hai. Younger wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? So also, just pausing for a moment, there's no need for you to repeat. You can just listen. If you really want to repeat, if in the classroom, I'd say don't repeat. But if you're in Zoom and you're on mute, if you want to repeat, that's fine. But there's no need. So, younger wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? Younger wa nani ga hoshii desu ka? Younger wa
Lollipop.
nani ga hoshii desu ka?
Lollipop.
Chicken
Lollipop.
curry. Chicken.
A book.
Younger wa lollipop ga hoshii desu ka? Iie.
Yeah.
Iie. Younger wa lollipop ga hoshiku nai desu. 이에 용가와 롤리포프가 欲しくないです. 용가와 나니가 欲しいですか?
용가와 로쿠시 데스.
Lollipop?
용가와 랄레
용가와
yeah.
롤리포프 欲しくないです.
Which
롤리포프가 欲しくないです.
chicken curry.
용가와 나니가 欲しいですか?
Chicken curry.
치킨 카레. 영가와 치킨 카레가 欲しいですか? 이에
Yeah.
영가와 치킨 카레가 欲しくないです. 영가와 치킨 카레가 欲しくないです. 영가와何が欲しいですか?
랄리팝.
롤리포프가
Yeah.
欲しくないです. 치킨 카레가 欲しくないです. 何が欲しいですか?
Ice cream.
So pause. Ice cream. 영가와 아이스크림가 欲しいですか? 이에
Yeah.
영가와 아이스크림가 欲しくないです. 영가와 何が欲しいですか?
모바일
So
폰.
mobile phone. 영가와 mobile phone가 欲しいですか? 이에 영가와 mobile phone가 欲しくないです. So pause for a moment. What did I say about the information I want? I said funny, strange, interesting. So ice cream, mobile phone. Funny, strange, interesting. 4は何が欲しいですか?
랩톱 것이 됐어.
Laptop. 4はラップトップが欲しいですか? いいえ。
Yeah.
4がラップトップが欲しくないです。何が欲しいですか?
Ghost.
何が欲しいですか?
Ghost.
Flower. 4がフラワー、4はフラワーが欲しいですか? はい。
はい。
4はフラワーが欲しいです。
欲しいです。欲しいです。
4は何フラワーが欲しいですか?
はい。
4は何フラワーが欲しいですか?
That's a flower.
Chocolate flower.
Chocolate flower. 4はチョコレートフラワー。What does chocolate mean?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. So just pause for a moment. So stepping out of the class into the teacher trainer mode. If you can use words that are already known to the student, that's very, very good.
Look to Yin go to Joji, take the page down and the Aquarius.
So, for example, in Japanese, there are many, many words taken from other languages.
日本語嘅人落啦，嘅別忙不切忙不切，他呢別忙不切的，第三嘛你嘅先把你出來咗。
Chocolate. Okay.
嗯哼，
Hot
係啦，sir。
dog.
嗯哼，你自己背一下的。嗯哼，
Kiss. So if you can use words that are already known to the student, then that's very good.
嗯哼，落住呢呢，下個月就識就必須要呢，你別個的。
So maybe, I don't know in Tibetan, maybe momo.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody knows momo. Okay.
嗯
So back to the class. So 4はチョコレートフラワーが欲しいですが、いいえ、チョコレートフラワーが欲しくないです。4は何フラワーが欲しいですか？
Rose.
Rose。4はローズが欲しいですか？いいえ、
예,
ローズが欲しくないです。4は何フラワーが欲しいですか？
桃。
桃
モモフ
フラワー。
ラワー。4はモモフラワーが欲しいですか？いいえ、ゴンポはモモフラワーが欲しいです。4はモモフラワーが欲しくないです。4は何フラワーが欲しいですか？
예.
4はスカイフラワーが欲しいです。4はスカイフラワーが欲しいです。What did I just say? What did I say? Somebody tell me, please.
Younger ones, sky flower.
4wants a sky flower. Yes, very good. 4はスカイフラワーが欲しいです。でも、スカイフラワーがありません。でも、スカイフラワーがありません。So I said demo. We haven't done demo before, but everyone's going, One person, I don't understand. Good. Tell me what it is. Demo means but. Not important today, but. Demo is but. 4はスカイフラワーがありません。4は悲しいです。sad, sad. 4は悲しいです。sad. 4はスカイフラワーがありません。4はスカイフラワーが欲しいです。でも、but、スカイフラワーがありません。4は何が欲しいですか？ 4は何が欲しいですか？
모모 플라워.
いいえ、
모모 플라워.
いいえ、
horse,
모모가
sky flower.
용가와 모모 플라워가 호시쿠나이 데스. 하이. 용가와 스카이 플라워가 호시 데스. 용가와 스카이 플라워가 아리마스 가?
He,
이에
예.
이에
yeah,
hi.
예.
예. 예.
Oh,
예.
용가와 스카이 플라워가 아리마센. So in that case, if you don't feel confident or you don't want to say hi or yeah, you don't have to say it. You can just go, I know this is India, so you could go like this. But difficult for me to understand. Difficult if you go, what's they saying? Maybe sore neck, I don't know. I'm Australian. Sorry. But if you go
hi, hi.
you can say hi is okay too. Hi or yeah. But it's so just pausing from the class to back to teacher training. It's important for students to feel they don't have to speak if they're not comfortable, because the whole point of the main focus of the lesson is feeling good. And forcing students to speak before they feel comfortable makes them feel bad.
Tadi seringi zinda tidera tadanda lopti chidangi kola kongi singudura lopti chidi zambani loptu ta deu meyo sueyo marela kisi konso gilen gashing minduna ya uzuma majara ani loptu ngene nele le inji minji yes down no dia kushinge mena ani lago mare en go yukna tiyo relas.
So you can do that this time too. Just like this one. Okay? 4がはスカイフラワーがありますか？いいえ、ありません。ありません。4がはスカイフラワーがありません。4がはスカイフラワーが欲しいです。でも、but 4がはスカイフラワーがありません。4がは悲しいです。sad。4がはスカイフラワーがありません。4がは悲しい。4がはモモフラワーがありますか？4がは
yeah, yeah.
モモフラワーがありますか？はい。
はい。
4がはモモフラワーがあります。
はい。
あります。
モモがスカイフラワーがあります。でも、4がはスカイフラワーが欲しくないです。4がはモモフラワーが欲しくない。Getting confused. モモフラワーが欲しくないです。4がはスカイフラワーが欲しいです。4がはモモフラワーがあります。でも、but 4がはスカイフラワーがモモフラワーがありません。Now I'm getting confused.
欲しくないです。
欲しくないです。そうです。
はい。
そうです。So everybody knows what そうです means, do they? Do you know what そうです means?
Yes, yes.
What does そうです mean?
It means yes, yes, yes. Exactly.
You understand? You know Japanese without me teaching you. That's wonderful.
No, I just 그래. understood. Correct. You just understood.
You
You are answering to
understood.
the karmala.
From the context, yeah. So this. 4がはスカイフラワーが欲しいです。でも、スカイフラワーがありません。4がはチョコレートフラワーがありますか？ありますか？
いえ、
え、
いいえ。
いえ、
チョコレートフラワーがありません。
ありません。
チョコレートフラワーがありません。
ありません。
スカイフラワーがありません。4がは何があります
あ、
か？
4がは桃、フラワーがあります。
はい、そうです。素晴らしい。素晴らしい。素晴らしい。What does 素晴らしい mean?
Very good.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
Super.
So just pausing the lesson, these little words you don't have to teach. So today, the teaching goal was these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. But you're learning demo, so desu, subarashi. You acquire naturally because I say them in context and you remember. Do you need translation?
Okay. Yang azu yi tanda tsik wan tang ta tsik kashish jang doa di nang lo la. Ani di jang a zo che, di nyam do ni kare pe yak po lai da den zo zu lan di jing shen du re las. Zhong da chigi chigi.
Okay. So we're running out of time today. So that's the basic idea of a lesson. There's more than that, but that's the basic thing we have time for today. Let's try one more thing. Let's read in Japanese.
Oh.
Who thinks they can read this? Please raise your hand. We've had 20 minutes to listen. Why not?
I want to try.
Please.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Bob wa chocolate ga harimasu.
So this method is a method I used teaching Chinese because they have Chinese characters. So I'm not going to try and get you to read it. I don't want you to read it on the first day necessarily. I want you to understand it. So pausing the lesson and just the teacher training part, I'll say to you, if you acquire the language through hearing, then you have the language. Now we're going to connect the language you know to the words on the page. Because if you try and learn the letters and the meaning at the same time, it gets harder.
Yes.
So I'm going to test you now. I'm going to say a word. I'm going to say a word in Japanese. You please say it in English or Tibetan, up to you. Ga hoshii desu. Tell me. Want. Ga hoshikunai desu.
Doesn't want.
Ga hoshikunai. Doesn't want. Hai.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
No.
No. No.
Ga arimasu.
Arimasu. Yes, have.
Has.
Has.
Ga arimasen. Arimasen.
No.
Has not.
Doesn't have.
Doesn't have.
Doesn't have. So I'm going to read the story. You need to tell me when you don't understand. So when you don't understand, stop. Okay?
です。
ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはホットドッグが欲しいですか？いいえ。ボブはホットドッグが欲しくないです。ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはピザが欲しいですか？いいえ。ボブはピザが欲しくないです。ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはチョコレートがありますか？いいえ。ボブはチョコレートがありません。Once more. ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはホットドッグが欲しいですか？いいえ。ボブはホットドッグが欲しくないです。ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはピザが欲しいですか？いいえ。ボブはピザが欲しいです。ボブは Sorry, what did I say then? Did I say the wrong thing? I'll try that again. いいえ。ボブはピザが欲しくないです。ボブはチョコレートが欲しいです。ボブはチョコレートがありますか？いいえ。ボブはチョコレートがありません。So, does anyone think they can read this? Even one line, just one line. Please raise your hand. Okay. This line? Try. Who wants to try?
Please.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. ボブはチョコレートが欲しいですか？
はい。そうです。素晴らしい。次、誰？ Who's next? 次誰？ Anyone?
感動。
It's okay if you don't feel comfortable, it's okay not to. If we had more time, I would do this many times, and there's many different ways to practice reading like this. To translate?
아니 규제에 와 있는 드린 규제시라면도 규제에 와 있는 안 딘데 단다 최고 줘야죠라 디탱마 망고 주그레스.
Because
Yes.
we've already been going for more than 30 minutes, it's probably time to just relax for today.
That's that 드린 대자미스. 알르르체.
So we're meeting again on Monday, aren't we?
はい。
はい。いいですね。So you don't need to look up anything Japanese on the weekend, but we'll see on Monday. Can you remember?
はい。
Because if it's a 1 hour lesson, and students will remember without trying, because you heard, in general, if I want students to know this word, I would repeat it 60 or 70 times in 1 hour.
아니 지르단다 진정무에서 딘데 주디 잠바 쿠란기 칙지여라 칙지 탱페 망보 양게 비주치기 있어라 제장 아니 양게 장과에 들어서 말다 진짜 급선에 롭트 지신되죠.
And today you heard gahoshi desu. Gahoshi desu ka?
牛です。
Gahoshi desu kunai. Many times.
대린 칙된서 베 망보 코요레사.
So you will remember those
牛で
words
す。
without any effort.
망보 코요자 아니 제라 갈레 야모가 토네 된서 텐스리스라 틱된서.
Because you were listening with the intention to understand.
금전지 가레스나
Rule one,
만주
listening with the intention
년도
to understand.
야 만주 년도 고체치도 년기여라 제자니 때 템바 디기 레레스.
And the information was interesting. Sorry. And the information was interesting.
아니 단단 가족이 양게 시대 줘라 디네스도 양 지게 가족 도잉레도 줘라 딘데 지레스.
So if it's like that, it's easy to remember.
그래서 딘데 인바이나 가족 템바스야라 레라우 요리.
So we'll see how much you remember on Monday.
사다라 가족
아이.
팅기도 디타기스.
And we'll talk more about what I did in the lesson on Monday too.
Lasso.
Okay.
네.
That's all.
Thank you. 주지재.
Lobsang Gonpo, are you comfortable with the technical Zoom feature?
Yes.
Okay.
It seemed to go okay today, even though I got confused at times. It's okay.
So we will meet on Monday, right?
Monday.
Okay. So do you have any plan after after Monday? Tuesday, Wednesday?
So after Monday, we can talk about that in WhatsApp. It's okay.
Sure.
Because this is going live to YouTube.
Sure. That's all.
Lasso.
Thanks all. 주지재.
주지재.
제제
네.
제제나.
ではまた月曜日に。
はい。
すいません。はい、そうです。そうです。
そうです。
はい。
さようなら。さようなら。